G'day! Welcome to the Stream of Chaos. My name is Dave, and this week I am joined by Art and Alex as we create investigators for the final chapter of A Time to Harvest. I guess we kind of just have to acknowledge that, I mean, there's spoilers every week, right? Based on what we did the previous week, so it doesn't really need to be called out. But like, there's going to be tons for recent events, so if you aren't caught up, look away. And I'm also going to flag at the end of the session before I get into spoilers for the next few weeks. So if anyone wants to go into it blind along with Chaz and Katie next week, you can. But that is totally up to you. So what we're going to be doing is we're creating a new investigator for Art and Alex apiece, and we're going to work with the chat to put together some polls and just generally throw dumb ideas into the mix that these two will selflessly incorporate into marvelous, marvelous characters.
Who will definitely survive with no harm done.
Yeah.
Drive it like you stole it.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, awesome. So I guess I'll give some context on the whole process so everyone knows where we're going and where we're headed. First, we're going to figure out characteristics. So those are the highs and lows of your character, what they excel at and what they aren't so great at. And these are going to heavily influence both what occupations they're good at, as well as what skill points they get. Now, normally what you do is you'd pick a high characteristic, then pick an occupation that matches that. Unfortunately, with their hands off the wheel, there's a pretty decent chance they don't get that opportunity. So it's just going to be kind of dealing with it as it goes. So following characteristics will then determine things like age and occupation. And then from this point, we should begin to see the face behind the numbers. And we can start talking about who this person is and why they're in Pop's Corners.
In the flesh.
We are planning to run a little bit shorter than our average session. We're probably thinking about an hour and a half. So why don't we just crack into it. Now we're going to be running Twitch polls to manage some of this, which I've had to play with the other day, and they are 80% functional for what we need. We are limited to 5 choices. So to begin with, Art, do you want to choose a few characteristics that you'd be most interested in incorporating? And I guess also talking about where you went, how you created Seb, and how you want to vary the process or keep it the same, or things you want to blah, blah, blah.
Holy shit. Sorry, just like you were, how'd you create Seb? I don't fucking know, mate. It was like 26 weeks ago, possibly longer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. How did I decide on Seb?
We've always done quick fiery things. We don't really do rolling.
No, for characteristics, yeah, we do quickfire, but obviously like the concept of Seb was something that I would have probably come up with before I actually I'm one of those people that creates a concept and then like puts stats and chooses skills to fit the concept. I'm not a stats first, but I also have done like random character generation with Liv for our, was it the Stars Align, that fire one that we did, whatever the
that's right, the Christmas Chaos one.
Yeah, Christmas Chaos. That was an entirely randomly generated one, which I did on my stream with my chat, which was fucking hilarious.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to pick 5?
So yeah,
stats?
so there's 8 characteristics, and we are limited by the curse of the poll.
By the joy of, yeah.
You could also, we don't have to fill out all 5. So if you want to sort of limit our chat goblins to only point them in a certain direction, you can just be like, I want to play either a big person, strength. I want to be power again, so I can do wizard part 2. I want to be dexterous and swift, and then let them kind of run from there.
That's fair. I'm gonna leave off things like size and appearance, because while they are useful skills, I don't think I care much about either of those being the highest. Which puts us with what? Strength, dex, con. Let's go strength, dex,
con, int
and
edu.
Yeah, we can do in an education, or like I was going to throw power in the mix just on the off chance people want to see another fucking wizard.
More wizards. Is there one of those you want to scrap out for
Chat,
power?
how do you feel about wizards?
Yeah, that's
Chat like wizards.
Can I get
chat,
a yay for
wizardry?
wizards?
Yeah.
Can I get an appropriate emoji in chat for wizard? Wizard sheet.
I was gonna alternatively can just take out like education because meh.
Yeah, just grab our
Wizards
education.
too. Yeah, all right. So
I think people like wizards.
I feel
Okay.
like
What I'm hearing is
let's
wizards.
drop like size, education, and appearance because like,
Okay.
none of those are whatever. That's cool. Let's go with the actual human stats. You know what I mean?
Okay. I agree. All right. So
Ignore
that
it,
puts our first poll together. Everyone is going to have 2 minutes to put in your suggestions. And Art and Alex, there is nothing stopping you sabotaging one another's characters by voting yourselves. I know I certainly will be. And
rude.
we are away. So that should be showing up for
Nice.
everyone. It should be up like in chat.
Alright.
It's up the top. There's a button that says report. Don't do that one. Just vote.
Yeah,
Just all
don't
in
report
favour.
is running about.
There's a little what are they called? Chevron that you can click on
Yeah.
to drop it down.
That's right.
I am going to abstain from voting for my own character, but I'm
I'm
very
absolutely voting for my own character. I'm gonna. This is like if you were running for politics and you vote and you abstain from, but no, absolutely not.
You have
I will
to
be
have a
voting for my
say.
character. You'll
Mandatory
be against
voting.
me, chat.
It's funny you say the whole, like, you do the person before the characteristic, because I'd say I'm a mix. I like to roll some random shit, see where it's going, and then I'll take stuff back, I'll change it, or whatever. What about you, Alex? Do you roll first, choose later?
I think I do it differently each time because for me, and this is when I'm writing, when I'm doing any kind of creative storytelling thing, I usually get like a scene, an image, a vibe. Like I get a scene. It's not even a scene. It's kind of like a cross between a scene and a vibe. And so for Joe, I got something basically just like this Amazonian woman throwing explosives into the sky. So I was kind of like,
And
I
boy,
want to play
did
that
that
sort of character. So
land.
it's usually a somewhere between a scene and a vibe. And it can either be based on skills and numbers, or it can be based on personality. And so it can really go either way.
Yeah, I get that. I remember we play in a personal game, and I remember we were talking about how we created our characters for that. We're playing vampire for this one, and my strategy was always I'd pick a weird random word for the name is where I start off. So you'd find like some cool word, and then you just build it off that. I think you just need something, whether it's a song, piece of art, like a framework, and then you can kind of go back to that. And if you lose the character, or it's kind of cool to revisit it at the end of the day. All right,
Yeah.
I think that's our poll finished. We have Dex has won, with strength coming in medium, moderate second, I would say. So do you want to start filling out your character sheet, favoring Dex? And if we want, we can vote for lowest as well, but that's up to you. I don't know if you want to do that or if you want to just feel it out. And in the meantime, Alex, do you have a direction that you want to go? So we're voting Alex as highest.
Highest stat. Choose phone remove. Sorry.
So it's basically
I think
remove
the three
or
that I'm
more.
going to remove
Yep.
appearance. We're just not going to worry about that. I am actually going to remove dexterity because Joe was a dex build last time.
Yep. Done it before.
And size.
Okay.
Because Joe was a large, fast lady. So I'm gonna nix that one right now.
Off the top of my head, that leaves us with strength, constitution, education, power, and intelligence. Sound good? All right.
Yep.
They're away. Okay, so that one is now available to be voted on. So remember, we had a high dex build last time, and then we also have currently a high dex build with Art's character. So this is going to have a bit of flexibility. We can't vote on every single one. So the way I kind of see this is going to be the highest one, and then from there you can begin to choose the other characteristics and see what that turns into. If we ever need some more insight into these characters, some more information to cut through the chat, we can throw it back to chat and see what ideas they have. Oh no, the chat says wizard. This is your fault, Alex. You pushed that button.
No, I want to see how well this goes for me, specifically, who knows nothing about Cthulhu magic and has literally never used it, not once. It's gonna go real well.
The first time's the charm.
I mean, shit wizard is definitely a thing.
Yes.
I'm
You
looking
start
forward to
putting
being,
in your
to being the
numbers
shit
at all.
wizard.
I am writing down a piece of paper so I don't forget, but also I don't really know where I want everything else to go at this point. Like I might lean towards chat doing just some fun stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna vote for con because I think a stupid wizard is fun.
Wait, does that
Committed
mean
to
your
wizard.
lowest is going to be intelligence? Because that'd be fucking funny. Like high power, low intelligence.
It won't be the lowest. I'm going to respect some of Chat's choices.
That's how we should have done it. We should have done it. It's like, it's the opposite of, where am I going with this? First place is your highest characteristic. Second place is your lowest characteristic. So clearly those are the ones I were the most interested in.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking funny because that
Yeah.
would make my strength like 40, which is hilarious.
We could do that. Or
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that?
Yes. Yeah.
So whichever one comes.
Absolutely.
Although I feel
I
like
think
now
we're
chat
looking at
knows that's how it works.
We're looking at dumb wizard.
Hell yeah, dumb wizard.
Shit wizard. Shit wizard.
All right. Highest is power, lowest is intelligent. Unleash the beast.
Shit wizard.
This is gonna make no fucking sense.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
my goodness.
This is beautiful. This is
Yay.
so bad.
This is everything I
Awesome.
could have hoped for and more.
For anyone
now I
else,
gotta
for anyone following along at home, we are following the quickfire build for character creation. It's on page something in the Keeper rulebook. It's at the end of that first chapter. It's page waka 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 waka.
Can't.
47. All right. So you guys have your character sheets. You can start filling things out. We're doing the quickfire, so that's you just assign 80 to your highest, 40 to your lowest, and then a spread in numbers to the other ones.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I got
let's,
no idea what I'm throwing the rest
I'll
into.
think about the others
later.
eventually.
As it
I won't sit here. I won't sit here and plug numbers in silently while we've got
Yeah.
So I guess
We've got highest and lowest, the rest we can work out as the like. I
Exactly.
feel like that also comes down to, because if we're going to get thrown an occupation that's not one of like our highest, then throw like
It's
the
just
70
gonna be
in it or
funny.
something. Yeah.
So I guess recapping, we have dumb wizard. Art. What's your highest and lowest at the moment?
Deck strength.
Okay.
So I am fast as fuck, but if I punch you, it's probably not going to happen.
bad.
I kind of, a tiny part of me has just gone straight back to monkey again. I'm like, I don't know, I get away from things and I fling shit.
I saw someone referencing monkey in the chat as well. It's
Hell yeah.
known.
Monkey
All right,
boy.
So the next one, going down the method, is going to be figuring out our age. So this one can have a pretty wild spread. I have narrowed it down so we can just vote on the 5, although if you guys have ones that you're not interested in playing, you can nix them. But my default brackets are going to be 15 to 19, being kid, young adult, 20 to 39, adult, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and 60 to 69, as those are where you start gaining higher education and reducing other characteristics. Are there any you want to not do?
I'm good. Chuck them all in.
Awesome.
Like
All right.
so.
Wanna
The
create a
more the more randomized this is, the funnier it's going to be. So
For
I'm
context,
good.
this is like the final session is going to be emotionally fraught and impactful, and we'll laugh, we'll cry. Like, we're still going to play them seriously insofar as we can, because it's us. But
Hey, speak for
we're
yourself.
not going to ham this up.
Yeah, that's right. We're creating the characters, and also the big. This is the fun part. We throw chaos at it at the beginning, just see where it lands, and then it's like reading bones, right? We've just thrown some shit down. Then where's the real character in all of this? All right,
And then it's
I'm
our problem
putting-
to make it work.
Exactly. I'm putting Art's age poll starting now. You all have 2 minutes. Sabotage at will.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love it.
you played young because you played Monkey was quite young, right?
Monkey actually, so I think when we did the campaign wrap up for that, I told everyone that Monkey was actually like 21, and everyone was like lost their goddamn minds. They thought it was like they were actually a child. I was like, no, they were just very they were size 40. So that I kind of played that as they looked like a child because they were like slight, they were an acrobat. That was kind of their jam. Acrobat.
Sorry, the
well.
poll has immediately. Yes, you champions. Swing for the fences.
I love there's just like an extreme with both. Like, just no, child, ancient person. It's hilarious.
We really should have seen that coming.
I
I love that the ancient guy is winning for the super fast character. Like the ancient, like this this 70-year-old who's just like a tap 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 tap.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense that I have no strength for
80
sure.
dex. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how that works.
This is like an ex-marathon runner or something.
Yeah. But yeah,
Or-
I mean,
or
there
you're
are
the
some
old-
actually at 60
You're
years.
the,
60 is
like,
60
hot
isn't that
yoga
old. There's
person, you know,
yeah,
very
there's
flexible.
fit 60-year-olds.
Yeah, 100%.
oh my god, someone said drunk monk vibes. I was literally talking about the drunken masterclass for monk, and I'm like, yeah, actually, maybe I kind of want to see
Actually?
what would happen if I
Yeah,
brought drunken
man.
master into fucking Call of Cthulhu. I
Hell yes.
am into that. Also, if you're pissed all the time, you're not terrified of stuff. Oh well, that makes my my second. I think I'm gonna put 70 in con.
Yeah, hell yeah. Drinky time. Let's play the drunk, cold,
Nice.
whatever.
Yes.
I've had a
See,
few
it's
Call
coming
of Cthulhu
together.
campaigns with old characters in them where you get like, someone goes like, fuck it, I want to try the 80 to 89 range and see what happens. They have all died within a session or so. All right.
How old was old mate who I played in Christmas? He was an old dude.
Hell yeah. Well, I
I'm-
feel like chat has given me 60
did.
to 69, and it would
Yeah.
be remiss of me to not pick the upper limit of that specific
Yes.
age bracket. So
right.
I will be playing a 69-year-old speed demon who
Speed
drinks
demon
a
old
lot.
man, confirmed by chat, very funny.
And just very quickly looking at it, the ramifications of this age bracket. So at 60 to 69, you are going to make 4 improvement checks to increase your education from wherever you started. However, so that's the good. If you're ready for the bad, you are going to deduct 20 points from Strength, Con, and Dex amongst them, so you can divide as you choose, and you are going to
Strength.
reduce your appearance by 15. All right?
Hang on, so 20 points between... Can I make my strength 20?
Yes.
Because you're going to make it. Oh, yeah, 100%. You go
Like,
for it.
Fucking just... I see. I mean, it only affects my build, I think. So if I hit
And
something, I
any
don't...
strength rolls you make, like, and
No,
any,
it's very true.
but I mean, like, that's like combat, like brawly, combat-y rolls. So
It does also
I mean,
technically affect your speed.
yeah, you
But
speed.
it's
So you
already
just,
your lowest. Your speed is if your strength and your dex are over your size. So you're not going to be able to get the highest bracket of bandit
But
speed. Oh, sorry.
which
Also, I
makes
think
sense for a 69-year-old man.
Oh, sorry.
person,
In
like,
your
it's-
in your 60s, you deduct 3 from your move as well.
So you're reactive, but like you're not winning any 100-meter dashes,
Yeah,
which
no.
like story
the others
checks
are
out.
gonna. That's sorry. Now I remember how one of those people died. We were playing Cracked and Crooked Mance, and light spoilers. A house fell on some of them, and as they were trying to race out of the basement, the person playing an 80-year-old something could not outpace the falling debris, and no one was able to stop to get them.
Oh no.
So keep an eye out for shaking walls. All right, Alex, are you happy with the same age range? Do you want to change any? Do you want to
Nah, go for
fire at will? All right.
it. Go for it.
We are away. The Alex age is now up for grabs, and I guess I won't make the prediction because there's something about speaking things into
Yeah, look, it's
into
gonna.
being,
I
but
can
I'm
see
pretty
it
sure I
happening
know where
in
this
real
is
time.
going.
Yes,
And there it goes.
I'm gonna help chat out a little there, but I can.
Same.
Yeah, this is the first. I was like, I know exactly when this is gonna go.
Yep.
I don't know why we thought we
That's fair.
I guess that's on us.
Yeah, look, it is.
Dude, I am seeing a family dynamic here. I don't want to say, like the
No!
grandfather taking the kid camping for the first time and accidentally stumbling into a fucking cult, but
Oh,
that's
hell yeah.
what it looks like to me. Alex, you're dumb child wizard. You got a little hat.
No.
This is incredible. This is fantastic.
Oh, chat's bringing it back. They're bringing you into reality.
Oh,
No, do not
We're
give
making
in.
it play for
it's halfway. Halfway.
They're too sensible.
60-40. That's a.
It's neck and
Oh.
neck. Any person's vote can swing it. Oh my god, it's like election night all over again.
I went and saw everything everywhere all
Oh,
at
it's
once on
amazing.
election night.
It's
It's so good.
It
It's
blew my
so
damn
good. I love
mind.
it. I don't think I've had that much fun in the cinema in years. Like,
It's my
since I was a
favorite
kid.
movie I
don't
think I've seen in a while. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best movie I've ever seen. That's still The Witch, also A24. Yay! But it was probably the most fun movie I've seen as an adult. Like, just in terms of just pure enjoyment in the cinema.
And I also just knew like
Just so
next to
good.
nothing going in. I'd seen one trailer early on. I really didn't know what I was getting
Same.
into, and I just blew me away. Really great.
And you know what? Didn't have to watch the election.
Always a good time.
Results are in.
You dick.
Speaking of results are in, bang,
Filed.
gavel, 15-19.
Yeah, I'm going to say that because the split was pretty close, and given the content of the, although I'm going to go like 16, 17.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to hit the 15 just
Old enough
because
to make their own
that's a
decisions.
child and terrible things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
16, 17, drinking age in Germany.
Okay, awesome. Just
With
for
69%
context,
of the vote. Nice.
nice. It was pretty funny, actually. So for 15 to 19, you are going to deduct 5 points from your amongst strength and size. You can divide as you want. You are going to deduct your 5 points from your
Hang
education.
on, sorry, I was reading chat and laughing. You're going to have to give me that one again.
Oh, it's all good. It's so deduct 5 from strength and size, between strength and size. Deduct 5 from education, and when you roll to determine your luck, you will roll twice and choose the higher. For
Nice.
Thou art lucky und plucky.
Love to see it.
All right.
Okay.
I
Age.
think a shape's beginning to come
16.
here. We have our geriatric yoga instructor. Not geriatric, but yeah.
Oh, pretty for Call of Cthulhu. Pretty
Damn,
Call
kids,
it.
get off my lawn.
Ragada.
Oh, there you go.
And we have
Love to see it.
our young child idiot wizard.
Uh-huh. So I'm probably actually gonna let me have a look at this. So I've done my 80, I've done my 40.
This is ridiculous, and I love
This is
it.
great.
I love that I managed to lose a shitload of stuff for 2 extra points of
education.
education. Lol.
Well,
yeah, that's always
yeah.
the way. That's
Yeah, I'm
education
like,
rolls out winning.
this feels, I'm gonna be honest, the mechanics of age in Call of Cthulhu
pretty
feel
funny.
royally like not appropriate for like the discrepancy, but I was planning on playing this person as though they had a death wish in as much as I have a death wish for them, so
I tend to find the low characteristics almost more fun than the high. You just need a
Yes.
couple to make sure you get your skill spread, and then from there on out, go for it.
Education, 45 educations, kid dropped out of school. The shit wizard's out of school.
Here's one of my favorite ones: is the what the numbers mean table.
Mhm.
So 45 education.
5.
Yep.
That's
You
nice.
did not graduate high school. 60 is high
Correct.
school graduate. You did graduate high school. Congratulations, and you got 2 points towards your college degree.
I dropped out of college to become a yoga instructor.
Yes.
To open a Swedish sauna here in Vermont.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I've got 50.
Oh jeez.
Ooh, let's
That's
put
fucking hilarious.
that there.
20 on appearance.
Oof.
That's
Nice.
funny.
So it was
Someone-
15, neg 15 from appearance, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Neg 20 total from strength, dex, con, and neg 15 from appearance.
Correct, Mundo.
Beautiful. I decided to keep my strength at 30 because you know.
Do you want to show character sheets quickly, and we can do a little update?
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
like size.
should
We're gonna-
be up.
So we're gonna go to yours first, Art. Hopefully this works and it's not pointing at my one. Oh, I did it first try. Good job.
Nice.
All right, it's now showing. Do you want to walk us through it, Art? We're looking at yours.
Oh yeah, cool. So we have dex would have been 80 and con 70, but we're taking 5 points off either of those to leave us with a remaining 10 to take away from my 40 strength, which is now 30. Because I'm not very strong, figured I should probably make my size and size pretty high to match my constitution, so I have some hit points, because I'm old and I'd like to make sure that if I can't run away, I can at least take
Want
a
to see
hit
the
or
end of
two.
this one shot? Yeah.
Average intelligence, ugly AF, average power, because you got to go into a final session with just some of your wits about you. You got to have a decent amount of sanity, mainly so I can lose it all. And then my education of 62,
Hell yeah.
which I'm sad did not get closer to 69. That would have been much
Would have
better.
been pretty funny.
I'm excited to find out what those 2 points were towards, what your degree was that you got about a semester in and then bailed on.
Probably like physical education. I guess probably like, I'm going to become a physical education teacher. Now fuck this noise about.
I'm going to do whatever I feel like. Yeah, awesome.
Boys,
Alex, do you want to show off yours?
Take a lot of mescaline and hallucinate in the desert.
I have numbers that have appeared, but
Numbers that have appeared.
I have probably popped numbers in the wrong spot.
That's not good.
Good for me.
All right, we're looking at. Oh, we should see
done.
your luck roll too, Alex. Once you make that, 'cause
yes.
that'll be a chance to roll twice.
What am I rolling for luck?
So it's roll
Where am I?
3d6, but do that twice, and we'll take the higher result.
Oh yeah, I should roll mine.
Damn. Well,
Okay, the higher will get a bump. That's good. 12 is going to get you to 60.
damn.
Let's see.
Let's see if
What?
Art can just roll higher and.
Nah.
No, oh, lower. Okay, 45. Not too bad. Not too bad. Remember, you got a session to burn it all, so home
I'm
stretch.
gonna. Sanity is equal to power, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right for beginning. Yeah.
Delightful.
And we're coming back. All right, so we've got our age, we've got our characteristics.
Cinnamon is sitting on my phone. Please move. Thank you.
Amazing. I love it.
Okay, so here's where we start getting into the specifics, I guess. That was all specific already. The good stuff. We're doing occupation. The transition left something to be desired.
I mean, it's not like we do this every week.
Nah.
It's not like we're not professionals. Well, you are. Maybe.
So for occupation, I have preemptively narrowed it down for the two players to they can choose whatever they want. These are my suggestions to like.
I have to change some because I'm a child.
A soldier probably doesn't fit super well. I'm gonna put them in chat now too, so that you guys can look at what we're choosing from, and you guys can add any. But what we're gonna try and do is hammer this down to 5 that you think will kind of suit your character wizard. 5 that kind of suit your character, and then we'll create the poll in a moment. And just answering Penguin, who's asking about the remaining sessions. Our current plan, and all plans are subject to change because of disaster striking, is that this last session is going to be one sort of final, possibly extended chaos run as they head back into Cobb's Corners. There is also kind of going to be like a prequel session, though, next week, which I'll run with Chaz and Katie, which is going to be them heading towards Cobb's Corners and resolving things at the beginning of the investigation. So we've got 2 more full episodes left, 1 more with the full cast.
I've popped mine in Discord.
Perfect. Yes. Well, again, I will not speak it into existence, but one screams to me.
Yeah, it's just going to be funny.
Create, occupation.
Yeah, funnily enough, a lot of those were the same I was thinking for mine as well. Which would be fucking hilarious if we ended up.
I mean, team.
If we are a family, it would make a lot of sense for us to possibly have the same occupation, which would be fucking hilarious.
I tell a lie. I actually love every single one of these 5 you've chosen, Alex.
Right? Now that you think about it, like the 16-year-old who is actually like pretty small, but obviously a little bit ripped based on my size and strength.
So we're now voting on Alex's occupation. You will all have 2 minutes. We've got 5 truly disastrous occupations to choose from.
I'm not actually going to vote on this one because I love all of them. Like, I think this is going to be the tough one because they're all genuinely hilarious. And I've decided that this is going to be a dude. This is a young man.
Just a little guy.
Just a little dude. Because, yes, size is pretty low. Constitution's pretty high. Oh, I know what's happened. I've been clicking in boxes and scrolling while I click in boxes. That would be why.
Okay, we got an early breakaway lead for Zealot.
Uh-huh. So I'm getting some Devil All the Time vibes.
I don't know that. Devil All the Time?
No, and also, it's a movie about they found the oil and there's the young priest who is just nuts. Chad, help me out. I can picture it.
Apparently Tom Holland might be in it.
No, it's Paul Dano.
Dano.
There Will Be Blood. That's the one.
Oh, There Will Be Blood, of course.
Yeah, like the
Yes. Yes, great. I saw that for the first time only like
It's so
like
good.
6 months ago or something. A little Western kick.
So good.
Yeehaw. Oh my god, it's neck and neck. I'm glad Drifter came back. Drifter was actually one of the Drifter was my favorite. It wasn't actually my favorite, but I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it get some love. Rolling through.
Yeah, Drifter Zealot. Child Private Investigator doesn't make a heap of sense, but out of the
That
ones
was
that were
actually
there, I
the
was
one
like, no,
that
could be
I
interesting.
gasped at
That
the
could be
first. I was like,
funny.
yes,
Yeah.
child.
Child PI? Yeah.
Because you're just plucky little.
That's some little
Charging him
plucky dude. Yeah. Probably should be a bit smarter to be a PI though. I feel like that maybe doesn't track. Oh my god, it's dead on.
It's neck and neck. We're gonna have to make a decision
I'm-
between Drifter and Zealot.
I'm not gonna pick. Why don't we wait until we see what Art's poll
Brackets, yeah.
comes back with, and then we can pick whether we want how it gels there. So we're
100%.
not gonna pick that yet.
And Penguin, we were talking about everything, everywhere, all at once earlier.
Yeah, so good. Go see it.
Molto bene.
I'm going to essentially leave the exact same selection of occupations with the removal of private investigator.
Okay.
Everything else, I'm GTG.
Do you want to add one in there?
Looking at them, I mean, I want to add antiquarian for the simple reason that it sounds fancy and I don't know what it is.
And because you were there when it happened.
yeah, exactly.
I can give you a summary of any of the things. I can pull up the handy dandy investigator handbook and I can have it to you in a crack of a whip.
Honestly, like I'm genuine. I don't really, based on the vibes that we're going for this. Actually, I'll throw it out to chat. If there's a fifth one that you want in there, feel free to yeet it in now. Otherwise, I'm just going to stick with the four because I don't have a better one.
We'll slap it on.
So for summary, we have clergy, drifter, zealot, farmer, and I'm swapping out private investigator for something else. So if there's something you want to see,
doctor.
I do like farmer too, just for being like, you're in the area.
Yeah.
You don't have farmer in there?
Yeah,
No,
farmer
it
is
is in there.
farmer.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Farmer's
just
in there, yeah.
An antiquarian is a person who delights in the timeless excellence of design and execution, and in the timeless excellence of design and execution, and in the power of ancient lore. You collect all shit.
I mean, that'd be kind. Yeah, I'm happy to throw an antiquarian just for the lols.
Well, the
Like a
antiquarian's the one
bookseller
that we
or
were
an
like,
antique collector or whatever.
like, oh, we're going to show up to this quaint little harvest fest. Oh my god!
Yeah, let's go get some stuff. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, you were antiquing in.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Throw antiquarian in there, and then otherwise, let's keep the rest the same. We'll see what happens.
Antiquarian. Got it. Spelled it right the first time. And she's away.
Oh my god,
So you'll have 2 minutes.
Azeraphale.
Once
Good
again,
Omens.
I'm going
As
to
a mother.
abstain from this one because they're
Yeah.
all too good. I don't want to influence it because they're too good. Too good. Okay. Yeah.
I may throw a vote in to break ties if I need to. Let's see where we go.
That'd be smart, but chat picked my two favorites, so I can't do it.
So just looking ahead from here, we are going to do. So that's going to get us our occupations. From here, we're going to begin to look at skills and things, which is going to get a lot harder to do voting. So we'll figure out what we're doing there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Ooh, farmer. Yeehaw.
Decide an occupation and some data appropriate skills. Right. Define appropriate.
Yeah, this is someone's already called out my hopeful combination. Like as soon as I started saying it, I'm like, I know what I want very much, but also
Yeah.
does chat.
Yeah.
But I know what I want to say.
It's pretty funny.
What did
I'm
they
in
tie for you
agreement.
for Alex? It was Drifter Zealot, right?
It was
the
Drifter
tie.
Zealot. Yeah. Which are just two of
do both.
my favorite things. Okay, so I've done that. That's the next bit that I'm gonna have to actually think about.
So next one's probably going to be once we get our locked in, we're going to need to start figuring out skills. And again, rather than doing like super specific spreads, we're going to just do like the quick fire has like just a slap a 60 on this and slap a 40 on that and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, I have to write them down to delete them, otherwise I will forget what I've done.
you throw a certain number.
number.
So you don't add it, you just assign a certain percentage to a bunch of stuff, and then you dump some other shit and boost. Yeah, super easy. We'll have a look. Hell yeah, we got it.
Okay.
We got a clergy member. The local
Nice.
I want clergy
Yeah.
zealot.
It's got to be clergy zealot.
has
It's got
to
to
be.
be. It has got to be.
Okay. That's actually pretty wild, especially
pretty
just
good.
given the context of the campaign where we're at.
Uh-huh.
So, do we want to break into allocating some of the skills, or do we want to figure out some of the backstory and who these fine fellows are?
Ooh.
Because we can also we can roll
we have a
backstory
question
elements.
in chat. What is a
Okay.
zealot in game? Dave, what is a zealot in game?
Oh, pull up my handy dandy, etc.
Love a bit of etc.
Intense and vision-driven, scorning an easy life, the zealot agitates for a better life for humanity, or for some advantage for the group imagined to be the most worthwhile part of humanity. Some fanatics promote their beliefs through violence. However, the peaceable majority may be just as implacable. All dream of the vindication of their beliefs.
Cool.
So there you go. And in this one, the most obvious context would be being associated
and-
with the local cult, which do believe
Yes.
themselves to be correct.
Yeah, look.
Alternatively, if we do decide to go down the grand elder child route, just, I believe in whatever I believe in, and you believe in it slightly too much.
Slightly,
Yeah,
a little bit too much.
slightly too much.
Which could still absolutely be
That-
related to the
yeah.
cult in town, but whereas you've got the old person who's like, look,
Yeah.
we stay away from the human sacrifice, but
This is a
we
job.
still do the rituals, and there's still like the weird shit in there. But you don't have to take it too far. And the child's like, no, we must do it.
It's a job for you. It's a calling for me. Actually, I do kind of like that vibe. If anyone's been listening to the Silt Versus podcast, which is amazing, and you should. It's incredible. It's so good. There is like a dynamic early on in that is very much the kind of older, this is what I do because it's what I do, and the younger, like, I am the chosen one. Which is,
prophecy
and it's
predicts.
very good.
Someone's asking if the preacher in town is available.
Yeah.
Well,
could also be
genuinely,
a
I
member
did-
of Federated Oil and Gas.
I did have the offer that they're free to grab an NPC and spin them up. So the preacher could be potentially available, and I've got plans for all of them behind the scenes. We can adjust those. It hasn't been canonized yet. Looking at clergy member. So, because I mean, the obvious one is you play them as religious, Catholic, Christian, otherwise. The other one you could do, it's twisting a little bit, but you could be sort of more akin to Agnes Bellwether and have older beliefs. So, like, I could see a dynamic where you guys are both from like one of the more rural, say rural too much. You're from one of like the farms a little bit of ways out of town.
You're from Vermont.
Yeah, exactly. But you're like in the deep woods, and your character's the old nonna, or whoever that sat on the stool
The porch.
watching things, and speaks of the old ways. And Alex's character is completely, obsessed with
rabbit
it
hole.
or anything. Yeah, exactly. Or you can be associated with your local thing. You can be from abroad. Up to you guys.
I like the idea that maybe like in the same way of Agnes Bellwether, it's more of a, because I think we want to just we want to save Chaz and Katie. We don't want to be the ones killing them. So it would make sense that whatever our beliefs are at odds with like what's going on. And therefore it would make a lot more sense for us to be like, well, little Johnny, it's time for me to get my shotgun and fucking end
Yeah.
this because this is not on, but like you gotta stay home. And you're like, no, I'm gonna come and
It's
stab
like,
everyone.
absolutely not.
Yeah. For the lols.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like if I don't have a shotgun, I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, you need a
doing
shotgun.
yourself a disservice.
I need
Like
I need damn kids get off my
ancient.
lawn, which I feel is also very apt for like, oh, you newfangled cults and your newfangled whatever, like
Yes.
get off. We've been here forever.
We worship the old ways.
Yeah.
So we'll just giving some. So do we think we're doing local? Like you guys are from this area and you've seen some of the history of it, and this is a personal
Yeah.
battle, or are you people traveling through, caught up in this whole thing?
I think
Who
we're
are-
local.
Okay.
Yeah, I like local.
Local-ish. Local in a broader sense. Local in the kind of regional sense.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of there's something wrong with the land. Let's go, Jimmy.
Okay. I love that. All right. So in that case,
Feeling
if
in
we're,
my bones.
if we're comfortable locking that in, I'm going to start giving
Yeah.
you guys some more information.
Hell yeah.
So these aren't great spoilers. There'll be things that have been seeded throughout, but this is going to be your kind of knowledge of the area. So given that you're a little bit further out and you're not necessarily like Cobb's Corners locals, but this cult and its, appendages spread all throughout the region. It's almost the opposite of there's something wrong with the land. There's something right with it. There is an abundance of, what's the term? I always forget it. Anyway, it's very fertile. Things grow easily. The only animals are the animals that you brought, so there's no wolves to hunt them or anything, and things do very well, and they always have. Art, as the older character, you would have known this all the way back, generations. This has been this way for quite some time since people settled here. One thing of note, though, and kind of just this is up to your character, I suppose, how they accept it, but there is a high rate of deaths, especially young children. They seem to just perish, unfortunately. Now, you were mercilessly, it's not like everyone. It's a, it'd be like, to put a percentage of it wouldn't really be feasible, but it's significant, and you might have almost a paranoia about Alex's character, especially because they're a zealot and they're so almost obsessed with, whatever it is. So, Alex, I could definitely see you could have been a member or approached to be a member of this cult, been a zealot as part of it, and basically you've de-brainwashed them or whatever to bring them back towards the old ways, or this is wrong and we shouldn't be a part of it. That said, your characters as farmers in the area and as people that have lived here for some time have, one way or the other, you have benefited from this. This place is livable through some, not necessarily divine intervention, but there have been steps taken to make it livable.
My question here is this harvest a one-time event, or has this kind of shit happened before? Because if it's never happened before, I can absolutely see my character being like, we have been fine doing it the way we've been doing it for years. Why are we mass murdering people?
This is a one-time event. This has not happened in that case on this scale.
That's probably my line, is why are we doing, why is this a thing?
Why fix what's not broken, kids?
Just the occasion. I mean, I probably would also be not too cool with all of the young people dying, but we've been fine. This is anything that happened after I turned 30 is not on everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in my day.
Well, it's also completely up to, you can have been saying it was bad and you could have been trying to help. And this cult is not it doesn't announce itself, it's insidious. It's around you as your character is aware of whispers of it, and you're aware of that uncomfortable feeling when you see the news and yet another young man has died, while tilling the fields, and you go, this is strange, this is wrong, but we live here, this is our home, the people are good and we prosper. And maybe then it's only when you saw Alex's character diving into it, again, if that's the route you want to take, but you've begun to see what was going on.
I feel like my character would have almost been kind of picked up by this cult and identified by this cult as somebody who's this is somebody we can use. This is somebody with that kind of innate power that we can use. And Art's character is trying to pull him back from that and be like, this is bad juju, boy.
100%. And this also is going to be great because I can give you useful information for the remaining session that you can then disseminate to the Chaz and Katie as well, which is so I think, Alex, your character, if you're willing to go down there, you were kind of a member of this cult, you've since been freed, you will kind of know what the intent is for this night, what their objective more or less is, and you don't know the full story. You were pulled out.
Art, because you're told.
100%. I won't get into the specifics just yet because I'm going to save that for, I think we'll probably do a good chunk of that off screen because I don't want to spoil people more than necessarily, but that'll be your guys.
Also, pretty sure Jim and Jackson are in chat, and if you want to keep it from them, you probably shouldn't say it
they're
right
here.
now.
They're what? Good. Hello. Go. Get ye gone, demon. Yeah, good call.
So we can absolutely do that.
Now, while they're gone, I'm going to tell you this. I've got this really nasty trap set up right at the beginning. I'm just going to kill them both. It's going to be
just straight up.
Yeah.
Like a pit with bear traps in the bottom.
I'm going to pretend there's two directions, but they both go the same place and both have bear traps.
Okay. Massive bear traps, oversized ones.
Yeah, and ones that we definitely know where they're located.
Look, let's not point fingers and play the blame game. Do you have a name for your character, Aunt? Because I'm going with Little Tommy.
Little Tommy? Oh my god, I love
Tommy.
it. The immediate name that's jumped into my head is Arthur something. But that also could be because I have been listening to another game, and Arthur was the name in there. I don't know.
Arthur.
Uh,
Also, little Tommy is also like 16. So I imagine, picture, 16-year-old kids. You can be pretty
kind of beefy.
smashy.
Someone suggested Ezekiel.
Now that's biblical.
Although I'm not sure if that was for Alex or myself. I'm also very happy to be like, I don't know, chat, you got some names? Dump them in. I'm not precious about this.
Yeah. Do we also want to? Do we want to roll some of the backstory elements to see if that shakes anything else loose? Because we can roll traits, we can roll some treasure possessions and things, and just see
I
what we
roll
get.
shit. I want to randomize as much as we can.
Okay, so here's the things we have before we roll. So I'm going to tell you the spread, and then we'll alternate, and each person rolls something until we land. So we've got ideology and beliefs that might point you in a particular direction. You guys actually have pretty strong beliefs, kind of stated by the characters so far, so we might not need that one. Significant people, again, that might also just be one another. We can decide on that. Meaningful locations, treasured possessions, and traits. So that was ideology, beliefs, significant people, meaningful locations, treasured possessions, and traits. So if you want to let me know which one you want to roll first, and then I'll read the results aloud.
I think ideology and beliefs is just going to be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, like, I feel like our ideology and belief, both of us, like, our goal is stop the cult.
But how does that
why?
formulate? Yeah.
Why are we doing
some
it?
wild options for why.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ooh, Abraham was another good suggestion from chat.
Abraham's good.
Ooh. I like
Abe.
that. Yeah, we've got Ezekiel or Abraham. Abe is good. Abraham being like Abe.
Abraham is Abe.
It's a very farmer.
Well, Abraham's
Howdy.
particularly good because just refreshing my biblical knowledge.
Yeah.
He's the one that hang on, Googling.
Little Abe. No, I think Abe is the old one.
What's old mate get up to?
Abraham's the one that takes his son up to the
Good.
mountain
That
and
is
is
what I
like
was
gonna have to
thinking.
sacrifice him, and then
That's what I-
he's like, yeah, I can't remember if he does or he doesn't, and then God's like,
so
lol,
that's the one
jokes,
where
gotcha.
he takes the goat up, and because that's an awesome name for your character Art, because there's this, you can weave a thing here about your child, because kids are being sacrificed to this, and possibly because remember, this is the grandchild, not the child. You may have lost one of your children to this cult, and maybe that was what that was when you started investigating. That's when you got really suspicious about it, and you realized that God wouldn't have taken this from you, but here this cult and this dark thing.
Abraham it is.
I like it.
And that's me riffing off half remembered knowledge stuff, so do your own research.
That's the best way to do it.
Given that my brain was like Abraham, mountain and the sacrifice kid, I'm pretty happy
that's
that
appropriate.
came out. So
Do either of you want to roll a d10 and let me know, and I'll give you an ideology belief?
Yes.
7.
Correct.
7. Oh, the occult. Examples include astrology, spiritualism, or tarot.
Beautiful.
Alex?
4.
A belief in fate. Examples include karma, the class system, or just being superstitious.
I'm chosen one.
Probably.
I love it. That's fantastic. Mine is absolutely the old ways. Like,
hell yeah.
very Agnes Bellwether. Like, we have the old magic. We've got the bones. We've got, the stars. We've got whatever it is. But we have old magic. And these dang young whippersnappers coming in, ruining everything. Yeah, no, old magic.
Yeah, no,
for
hell
sure.
yeah. I like that. I mean, you could have also been the one that read this. I mean, Prophesied one isn't crazy, genuinely, because your character could have been the one that vaguely divined this, and it's just the classic thing. When Alex's character was born, there was a certain lunar period, and now here we are on what may be like your 16th birthday or something. When the harvest falls, you become a man, and everything seems to just be lining up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say,
I think the way that I look at the fate is it's a belief in fate. And initially, growing up, that was always I'm fated to lead the cult. I'm fated to lead them to new, greater things. But now I'm fated to destroy them.
Hell yeah.
also, while I know my name is Abraham, I could also very easily with this whole backstory, be Aslan and just be, do not quote the old magics to me, which I was there when they were written.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Especially since
that is
I'm a witch.
absolutely my vibe right now. Just
Hell yeah.
meh.
Old lion of farmer.
I know things you can't even begin to. I feel like I should be swapping my education and my intelligence. Nah,
Yeah,
never mind.
swap it around.
It'd probably depend on what what my occupation requires me to have to get any kind of skills whatsoever.
Well,
Although
because
actually, no,
we're
we're
doing
not.
quick fire, it doesn't really affect
It doesn't
that much.
matter.
Ah.
Nice, nice, nice.
When you think about the party as a whole,
Also, good thought.
it's really just Katie who has any kind of things going on up there.
Well, of the remaining party, it's just Katie and Jazz, so yeah.
Yeah.
No offense, Jackson. Well, some. Yeah, there is.
This is Jazz is kind of middle-aged. Joe was not smart. Remember losing Seb. Well,
So here's
Seb,
the question. Why is
villain.
this old priest so limber? Asked by
Yeah,
Fly.
why is this old priest got
Just
skills?
stretch every morning.
Yeah, just yoga.
Gotta
Yoga.
get limber to shoot the youngsters on my lawn.
I don't fucking know.
Well, it could
Is
also
that
been
a
if
genuine
you-
question?
I think so. Yeah, someone asked. It could have been
right.
part of would be if you did join the clergy, if you were a religious thing, you might not have worked the farm as much, so you don't have like the bad back. You're not as many years of work, so you actually had like a kind of a not relaxed lifestyle, but a more
More of an education than a kind of backbreaking laborer's lifestyle, and maybe the particular clergy group that you joined were just really into Tai Chi.
just love yoga.
Yeah. And so let me have a think about that one. That one's probably going to coach
Yeah.
tape for
You do actually have you got spiritualism, right? I mean, like generally could be part of your thing would be meditative and like poses and things. It might be a way that you meditate on things and bond.
I got the occult. Not sure. I got 7.
Well,
the occult.
Yeah,
I think that was- I think that
astrology,
was tied to-
spiritualism, tarot. It could
Okay.
be like meditative and things like that. I could see as a way to open yourself to the universe and let it speak through you, etc.
Actually, that would be kind of amazing because Tai Chi, when you speed it up, is a martial art.
Yeah.
Like if you actually speed up Tai Chi, you can fuck someone up with that shit. That's sort of the point. So I like the idea that he just like every day just does his Tai Chi and then like out of fucking nowhere it's just like
Exactly. Muscular Christianity.
Bro, that's just awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And then
actually,
you can-
is fighting? I
No,
think we
it's
still have to
strange.
choose from our occupational skills is the only thing, and I don't know that fighting brawl is going to be an occupational skill.
True.
for
But you
the
can bump it with
clergy.
your intelligence later on. You can put a bunch of gimme points into it. You also then you can do the classic trope of you go into town with the hunchback and the big robe on, hobbling like I'm just a not kick the shit out of someone.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll see how it goes.
Do you guys want to roll some other stuff? I've got significant people, meaningful locations.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty
etc.
sure my significant, like, I like the idea that the significant people is
It's
each
us.
other, like, because obviously
Yeah.
then we're gonna give a shit. I think that's
Yeah.
sorted.
I think
Although
Also,
there's
the farmhouse.
there's why they're significant to you, which
Well,
could
yeah,
be
there's
interesting.
2 parts. You could just roll on the second half of the table, which is you already chosen this universe, and then you'll see what the reason is. And again, all of these can be discarded,
Okay.
and you can rewrite. But this
Yeah,
might give
let's
let's do that.
roll to see if there's something fun that comes up, and if it doesn't, then we just go back to like thinking about it. 4.
So for yours, this one's a good one, I think. You wronged them and seek reconciliation. What did you do?
Oh.
Alex, what did you get?
2.
They taught you something. What was it?
Okay, that's a good one.
Those both actually kind of work.
Maybe not the cult.
Question mark.
Set them to
I
cult summer
think-
camp.
Taught me about the old ways. Abraham taught me about the old ways.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe that was it like they told you about the old ways when you were younger and then you come back to them, or was it that was
I
what
think that was
brought you
after I
of
came
them?
out of the cult. I have an idea. What if Abraham is actually Tommy's grandfather and had like abandoned him as a baby when your child was killed by the cult and you were just like, none of this, goodbye, and didn't extract Tommy from the cult as a baby
Yeah.
and is now
Wait,
trying to,
does that
like,
mean
make up for it?
Hang on. Tommy is like 15. and Abraham is 69. I'm trying to like do the math.
Great nephew?
No, I'm trying to, no, not even that. I'm trying to do the math to be like, is there a sort of young, because you said it's mostly young people, like teenagers and young adults,
Right.
or like teenagers who die?
Yes, that's right. It can be young
That is
adults.
not helpful. I asked you like
yeah,
a
sorry.
Is it teenagers
it's younger.
only
The
who
younger,
die?
the younger the better. It could
Or
be.
is
Well,
it-
people die all around the. Sorry, the clear ones that you're pretty sure are tied to the cult are the like teenagers and things. Young adults do die. It can be dangerous work. You're not 100% sure what the connection is, but it definitely skews younger.
This is the 30s and rural and like.
That's I'm like, is it a teenage?
16, 17-year-old having a kid is
Well,
not.
you're also you're
not weird.
like your daughter or son or whatever could have had a legitimate and unfortunate and tragic death, and just in your grief you weren't able to track the kid, or you could have done the thing, or the other one I was thinking was you sent Tommy away nominally because you go, that will get them away from this potential cult and that will keep them safe. But then there's the whole like, but really you did abandon them and they didn't, and then when Tommy came back looking for you at like 14, was immediately sucked into this cult and taken advantage of, and you've only just realized, you know, like then there's been the off-screen thing of you found him, began to sort of like bring him back and the family's together again.
Yeah, I also like the idea that in this scenario, it's not necessarily like Tommy can or may or may not feel wronged. This is, but this is very much internal to like Abraham. It's like I should have seen this. I should have done better.
Yeah, Tommy's like, we all good. I've been on an adventure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the chosen one.
You're the chosen one.
Well, and even especially if we add to that, if Tommy, well, generally, if we get into like, you know, parents died in childbirth or something, that's a pretty dire omen, or died shortly after, that does lead into the whole, like, you could have seen Tommy as a dark horse, you know,
and sent him away.
And sent him away because, you know, you can't look
only
at
for
him.
the cult to find him anyway.
Fresh
I
kid,
think
up for grabs.
My shorthand for this is I did not do more sooner. That's the regret and the like.
Hell yeah.
I should have done more and I didn't, and I think that's a good enough like vibe to work on.
I dig.
I love it.
Okay, awesome. So we've got some other ones we can roll on. Otherwise, we probably won't figure out exact skills during this because I don't think that's necessary. We can do that off camera. And I want to give chat something to contribute with. Why don't we do another poll? Do you guys want to choose like a list of 5 just kind of like wild, might be fun to have skills, and we'll give them to you as a bonus because you are coming in a little late. Like you'll be able to take this random skill at, let's say, like 50 or something, and not included in your other point things. This is a gimme. Pick some weird skills that might help to define these characters and give them some just, you know, dumb shittery to do in the final sessions.
I mean, I feel like I gotta have a cult if that's not
I think you'll probably
one.
get it. You'll probably get a cult,
okay.
I imagine.
I think I've got to have Cthulhu Mythos.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm not giving you 50 Cthulhu Mythos, but I'll give you a lower
No,
amount.
but I've got to have some. That's something I'm going to have to get some of.
Would
Wouldn't
that
work?
Would that make sense for both of us then? Because we, you know, grew up in a weird ass town.
I'll give you some Cthulhu Mythos as a gimme.
Okay,
but
so we'll treat that as separate.
If you want to put it in as your bonus one, I'll give you you'll get a further bump to it if you want to put that in chat's hands.
I want to put that in chat's hands.
Okay, so first one, Alex, is going to be Cthulhu Mythos. We'll do Alex's first. Oh, sorry, we can do Tommy now. Little Tommy.
Little Tommy Baker.
Little Tommy bonus skill. Cthulhu Mythos.
Got
a suggestion of demolitions.
I don't know about that for him. I reckon psychology.
Throw some suggestions in chat, for both of us.
Yeah, I reckon persuade is a good one.
As a gimme.
Yep. Although some of these already have stuff in them, which I assume is from other stuff that I've picked.
I'm gonna have a quick look at because there's a whole list of like non-standard skills as well, like hypnosis and stuff like that, which are really fun.
Oh, okay, some of that.
Hell
shit.
yeah!
So I'm gonna have a look through
the stuff that already has things in it. That's their base value, so you start with that if you don't put anything further in.
We've got an operate heavy machinery suggestion as well as anthropology. You could do forgery. You could learn to use a garrote. You could get a flail or a flamethrower, are both specific skills.
I mean, that's interesting.
Hypnosis, lip reading. Read lips could be kind of fun.
I feel like as a zealot, I want to go more towards like the kind of force of personality sort of things.
Hypnosis, genuinely?
Yeah.
Could be fun.
Yeah, let's chuck that one in. I reckon he can drive.
Yep, drive auto. That's a good one.
Well, I
Or
mean,
you could
how
do-
did
or
he
you could
get
do
As
that?
we've
ride.
established,
But I'll probably put stuff in that
tractor
myself.
backwards at the age of 8.
Tractor backwards at the age of 8, but I'll probably put stuff in there.
Art and craft
Ooh.
illuminated manuscript. And art and craft would be really fun to like be able to, you could create some specific piece. Acting's a fun one for art and craft as well. Not the parts you can
I do
things.
have. What's a funny weapon that I can put in there? A funny damage dealing thing that I can put in there.
It's like a whip.
What about
Submachine gun. Artillery.
flamethrower? Does sound funny.
Yeah, flamethrower sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, let's pop a
I'm just gonna confirm
flamethrower
it's
in
not.
there.
I'm just
Why
gonna
not?
confirm it's not a modern one, but I think that's fun. It'll be a very specific thing, and we'll have to figure out why the hell you have it. But chainsaw.
Chainsaw,
It's kind of
please,
gotta be
please,
a chainsaw, doesn't
please. Put a
Alright.
chainsaw in there.
yeah. Also, someone put
Chainsaw.
in psychology deprogramming for me, but isn't
it?
that
Oh, that does make sense.
not psychology, but the other one?
Psychoanalysis. probably.
Psychoanalysis.
Yeah, that
Isn't that
actually 100% makes sense.
deprogramming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So psychoanalysis,
Psychoanalysis.
for sure.
All right. So looking back over little Tommy, this is the bonus one. Remember, you don't need to spend points on this. This can be something out of left field that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. We have up for grabs Cthulhu Mythos, Persuade, Hypnosis, Drive Auto, and Chainsaw. Sound good, Alex?
Persuade is a standard one though that I think I get some in
Do you want me to take that out? We can put in another one.
because I've got 10 for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I'll probably just put points in that anyway.
You can take
What's another real weird one? Pick.
Diving's weird. It lets you go underwater. There's not a ton of underwater. Actually, no, there are other rivers
No.
and they're flooding. That could do something. You could take medicine if you want to be medic.
There's also like all of the, you
Law.
could take science something or survival something or whatever,
Yeah,
those kind of
I
stuff.
think there's gonna have to be like a survival one in
Or you could
there.
take locksmithing. That's a.
I think
that's a
survival. I
base
think
one.
something like survival. That he's just been out here like existing.
Survival woods.
This kid got abandoned and has just been out here existing. So
Okay.
yeah, survival.
All right, so we now have Cthulhu Mythos, survival,
Survival
hypnosis,
alien planet. Survival, you go.
Zero Mensa red ahead. All right, Cthulhu Mythos, survival, hypnosis, drive auto, and chainsaw. I definitely don't have a preference. The poll is away. Vote, ye dogs.
Little Tommy.
Little Tommy's got a gun.
Man.
Tommy's got.
I'm gonna look up now chainsaw. It's 100% gonna discuss. It'll have the modern tag, but whatever. I cannot.
We'll figure it out.
Fighting. Here it is. It actually technically doesn't have the modern tag. The first gasoline-powered mass-produced chainsaw appeared in 1927.
We've got all that modern technology.
I think hypnosis with an early lead is a really fun one. I played a character with really high hypnosis, and I did some. Got away with too much.
I'm
Dually,
excited for
dually.
all of the above, to be honest.
Same. So we'll do.
They're all going to be good.
Whatever you get here, we'll do. Just take a flat. I'll just put 50 in, and it's only a session. What's the worst that can happen? So you'll just not including Cthulhu Mythos. Probably halve that one.
No, we won't. Yeah.
Yar. Chainsaws need 2 men to operate until the 50s. Shut up, Jackson.
One chosen one.
Jackson, we're playing make-believe. Come on, mate.
Ah, boo.
How many aliens?
How many aliens to operate a chainsaw? Is that like how many want to change a light bulb? Amazing. All right, let me think of
They are also
something.
pretty big too. I think we're gonna have to be like, whatever. It's a chainsaw. It'll be sweet.
I'll put points in
doing
drive
hard.
and it can be mounted on my truck.
I think it's like the whatever powers it. I'd say there's also it's an equal chance for getting hypnosis. It's neck and neck, with some number of seconds left to go.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the gate.
Hi.
Killdozer.
Dun
No
dun
burst
dun
with drive
dun
order.
dun.
Bing. All right, it is a tie between hypnosis and chained saw.
I think
Your
I'm going to go
preference, Alex?
hypnosis. I'm going to
Alright.
go hypnosis.
Also makes a lot of sense for you.
Yeah. Where does
Chainsaw was
that
just
one
kind of
go?
cool. So hypnosis is down the bottom right. You have like additional skills.
Additionals. There they
Hypnosis
are,
is an
yeah.
Additional. Yeah. All right. Art, do you have a... so let's do old Abraham.
I mean, psychoanalysis, absolutely. Whether I get it or not, that's got to go in there.
Yep.
Specifically, like, whatever the deprogramming thing is.
I think that's... I could also see hypnosis for that, but I think Alex has already got it, so we don't...
Yeah, no, let's not double up on that one. I guess throw Cthulhu Mythos in there.
Yep.
Navigate
Navigate might be good. We've had a bit of a shortness of it, and you know this area, so you'd be able to know the shortcuts and how to get from A to B as quickly as possible. Could be fun. Astronomy could be your method of reading fate.
Isn't there like
Not really what that is.
augury or something where you know, like, you use the bones
you
to
can,
get
like,
like
predict.
yes or no, like divination bullshit?
Yeah.
So there's a whole like spread of magic called folk magic, which is not the same as mythos quite. It's kind of adjacent.
Okay.
We could just put down folk magic, and then you and I could figure out a couple of buttons that you can have.
Hell yeah.
wanna
Let's
do
throw
that?
folk magic in there as like a thing that I have. Because whether it's a
magic?
skill or not, like whatevs. But I'm down for that. If
I think it's like learning spells.
I think it
and
makes
so
sense.
You'll have a couple of particular and a ton of harvests.
Look, let chat decide whether or not they want to
Yeah.
see Abe with folk magic.
One way or the
Hypnotize
other,
him and then
you
get
always,
out the chainsaw.
you always end up back at wizard. So we've got psychoanalysis, Cthulhu Mythos, and folk magic.
Is there any others we want to throw in? I guess like
Disguised
navigate
is fun.
I was looking
Navigate.
at disguise. That'd be kind of hilarious. Like some old codger who's just like, no. I like for no good reason know how to disguise myself. Disguise absolutely, and I guess
you could take a weird weapon. We've got flail, and you could take nunchucks. Spear, and you could carry an old jabbing spear around.
I feel like again we're going into Seb territory with the like, would you take a walking stick from an old man?
You're old enough that I mean you could have served as well. You could have like rifle or submachine gun or like a specific weapon.
Let's
And,
put
you got the
shotgun in
old-
there.
Yep, rifle shotgun.
Like I'm probably going to take it anyway, but on the off chance that's something that Chad really wants to see, they can
Okay.
You
throw
can
that in
just
there.
be a crack shot.
So looking back over it, a harpoon. Hell yeah. Looking back over it, we have psychoanalysis, Cthulhu Mythos, folk magic, disguise, and rifle shotgun.
Oh, sorry, just someone pointed out like this is not the old geezer you are looking for.
It is. Didn't Kenobi just release as well? I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, it's very topical. We're
Banjo.
Banjo playing art and
Banjo.
craft. Banjo. Ooh, that's fucking
last
funny.
pitch
That's
for
pretty
banjo.
I don't know in what context that would ever be useful, but sure.
Distraction?
Do you want to swap one for banjo?
Sure.
Which one?
I don't know which one.
Psychoanalysis, Cthulhu Mythos, folk magic, disguise, rifle shotgun. All contexts. It is also possibly our best chance to get Jackson to play banjo on stream. The boy he's good at the banjo.
Change out disguise.
Change out disguise.
I think that's
banjo.
like the like least interesting.
Or
one
you could
for
swap
me.
out Cthulhu Mythos because I'm going to give you some Cthulhu Mythos. This is
Okay,
just
yeah,
getting
let's
a
swap out
buff.
Cthulhu. Oh yeah,
Can do
because
that.
if I'm focusing on like folk magic instead, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right,
Bardic
draft
inspiration.
banjo, and I'm explicitly saying if voted for.
Jackson will play.
No, I'm not gonna write that. Guilt Jackson at your own discretion.
Hey,
all right.
Banjitsu.
She's
Acting
away.
Jackson, I double dare you.
Double dip.
Oh.
One time I'm gonna get. All right, the votes are away. Oh, early. Oh, it's close. Folk magic and banjo neck and neck, and I could see.
Yeah,
both.
yeah, Jackson, we double dare you.
Awesome. Psychoanalysis, I do also agree.
Although
is a
I
fun
do very
one.
much feel
And
like
that's-
art and craft banjo is now far less about my skill and far more about chat wanting to see Jackson play. So I kind of don't know that I'm going to listen to it if they give it to me. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I play the banjo. Or
We could just
like,
have one. Like we can
Yeah,
just
we just have
say
a
that we show
banjo.
up with a banjo, and or
Also
maybe
true.
maybe
Also
Tommy's got
true.
one and is terrible at it, and Charles can just be like, no.
Maybe we give Chaz art. No, I want it to. When it happens, it's gonna happen. And it will
yeah,
happen.
we'll see. We'll see
It'll
what
be
chat
organic.
decides.
Oh, there's lore specializations. I forgot about this. You could have like vampire lore or werewolf lore. Hell yeah.
Crossover.
I have vampire lore. Wrong kind of lore.
UFO lore.
Oh my god. Different kinds of aliens.
All sorts of ghosts.
Oh,
Awesome. So once these come in, I think we'll probably do the remainder of the quick fire stuff off camera, right? We don't need to go through this. Is there any others? Do you want to roll any traits or treasure possessions or things? Is there something else you want to do to give these the splash of life, or do we want to start locking things in and making?
Well, we've got a, like, if we've got enough time, maybe to like roll one or two more
100%,
things. I'd be
100%.
curious to
Let's
roll
roll
for
some funny
traits or like get a poll for like some traits because traits are like you select a bunch from a you select a
Let's
bunch.
pull some traits.
Yeah.
We could poll those. That's fun.
Hell
And
yeah.
Countdown sounds. Dun, dun. Folk magic.
Folk magic.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can take the wizard out. Where am I going with this? You could take. No. You can take Seb
No.
out of the campaign, but you can't take
Can't
the
take-
wizard out of art. Wait.
Excuse me?
Wizard shit. Hell yeah. All
Wizard
right.
shit.
You can't
You
take the
can't,
wizard
you
anywhere.
can't take the wizard anywhere.
You wouldn't deprive an old man. Okay, all
Wizardry.
right. Folk magic, I'll need to look up. 'Cause
I
can't
will put
remember
it
how
down
works.
as in additional skills for the
Thank
moment,
you.
but and as though it is a skill, I'm still going to give it 50, but we'll work out what that means later.
I think it's probably going to mean I'll give you a selection of spells. You know what? Let's have a quick look and see if I can get it up while we're going. Because I think that could be fun to vote on the spell you might have. If I can get it up in time. All right, in the meantime,
should we
so do we
traits?
want to roll traits or do we want to
Poll
do we
them.
want to poll them?
Poll.
So there's
And
10.
we grab a couple.
Yep. Do you want me to just I could just divide them in half and we'll poll one
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
little Tommy and one
Split
for
them down the middle. Yeah.
Is
All right, hell yeah.
we will trust your decision on which of the traits make most sense for each of us and just split them in half.
Or don't make sense and are
Sure.
funny.
Yeah. Actually, I just
Uh,
realized I said the phrase "I will trust you too." That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's
All
a
right.
lie.
I'm doing a little Tommy first. I'm
You
just
can take the
going
wizard
down.
out of the campaign, but you can't take the wizard out of the campaign. Correct. And you also can't take the wizard anywhere. Also correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That folk
These are-
magic equals library use for rural folk. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I
All
like
right,
that.
little Tommy, the first 5 traits that
Hi.
he rolled are generous, good with animals, dreamer, hedonist, and gambler/risk taker. Sound good?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
fire at will. She's away. Votey, votey, votey. While I read about.
And how many do we end up picking?
You can pick multiple, but really just the one. So
Yeah.
we'll have them roll one. This is just a starting thing. You develop your own character. Yeah. All right.
I know what will bring Alex joy. So
Both of the ones that Chad are looking at is going to be fantastic, actually.
well, there's 4 now.
Yeah, but there's 2 in the lead, and they're both going to be a delight.
Yeah. So fun fact, Sebastian's trait was hedonism. That's
Oh,
the one that I
really?
rolled
Oh,
for him.
really?
Yeah. Which is why he started out very much like, I like the fine things in
Yeah.
life. It's why he kind of
Party.
lent into his like magic stuff, because he's like, I can get, the power, and it's all about shit that feels good to me. Which is also why he was really not very good at communicating his feelings, because he was all about the good things in life, not the
Yeah.
things that are difficult to talk about. Hedonist is not the opposite of zealot. Not necessarily, depending on what
no.
your version of zealotry is. You can absolutely, if you wanted to actually go the full, like, was it Epictetus?
No.
Something starting with E, who was the original like hedonist, which is like his whole thing was, hemp shirts and porridge, because it was much more about like appreciating what you had, and then it became kind of like associated with indulgence later. But there are zealots who will, self-flagellate, and then there are zealots that will indulge, and it just kind of depends on
Whatever you're zealous about.
yeah. You can absolutely be zealous about overindulgence. I'd argue that's a pretty hedonist zealots are those flagellant guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's I can work
Alright,
with that. I
speaking
don't
of
know
which,
how I can work with that, but
we've
I can
got
work with that.
Hedonist.
Hell yeah.
I can
Hedonist.
absolutely work with that.
Hedonist?
Hey,
You know what? It did.
we're
Tomato,
both
tomato.
just like, yeah.
I would say hedonist, but
Yeah,
that's-
same.
Mine's butchered because I've got like half of the American accent and half of the Aussie, and I never know which way to say things.
Mine's butchered because British Australian, so it's always a bit weird.
And also, like, Perth has its own thing going on too.
There's a lot of expats from both the UK and South Africa in Perth.
And
so yeah.
sometimes my Queensland creeps through.
You gotta push it back then.
Yeah.
Alex is already a risk taker. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, look, you're not going to be able to stop me from doing that.
I
That's
love
not...
the your hedonist may vary.
All right, I'm gonna build your poll. So we got Abraham trait. For example, just quickly, the examples for hedonist are hedonist, whatever, life and soul of the party, entertaining, drunk, or the quote, live fast and die young. Except you're already young, so you know, what's it? Leave a pretty grave, pretty corpse.
Oh boy, today's my birthday.
Boy, howdy.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting flashbacks of Greece.
Never a good thing.
Give a child a gun and tell him he is the best shot in the West.
And he
Yeah.
was. God damn it.
And also, didn't they make a comic book about you?
Yeah. Because we had one of my favorite Call of Cthulhu scenes of all time, which was because it came up completely organically, which was outdrawing. I didn't have a gun
The Lightning
holstered,
Kid.
and I outdrew the Lightning Kid, and then Griff was posted nearby, fucking blasted him, so it looked like I just ghost gunned him. Oh, so sweet. These ones are less good for Abraham, the ones that I've just checked. So they are good cook, seductress, loyal, a good reputation, and ambitious.
No, those all sound great.
All good?
I want a seductress all day.
All right, me too. Hubba, hubba.
Please don't make me play that.
Hubba,
Or
hubba,
will
hubba,
if you
hubba,
make
hubba,
me
hubba, hubba,
to?
hubba, hubba. All right, you'll have 2 minutes. Fire at will.
Just like
Seductress
I know
for
what's
the
happening now.
Lord. Ah. The old ways.
You know what that's gonna mean is Abraham just goes around without a shirt on 99% of the time.
I think you'll find his name is Babraham.
I fucking love it.
Check out those Abrahams. Hubba, hubba, hubba.
I think you mean Abraham.
That's
in
better,
that
that's
case.
better.
Thank you.
All right.
no.
So while that is
I
happening,
think with hedonist, I'm gonna go with like, why not use the mythos? Why not use folk magic? Why not use all this shit just to make our lives easier and better and like more pleasurable? Like, why not?
hell yeah, you haven't
If we
been
can do
burnt
this
yet.
shit, why wouldn't we?
What's your stance then with the whole? Because I mean, in theory, that's kind of the argument of the cult a little bit. You know, why not sacrifice a little so that so many
It
can
is.
benefit?
And I
Except
feel like-
that,
I feel
and then
like
this
there's
coming.
that-
Go on, sorry.
There's that internally, except it's like now he's like, maybe we don't sacrifice kids. Like, that's kind of maybe a bridge too far. Like,
Or could it be just like throwing it out there? Why would I support other people getting the better life for themselves
Getting
when
the
I'm the
power.
chosen one
just do
and
it
it
for
should
me.
be going to me?
I could just do it for
That's-
me. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like this is not about like take down the cult because they're bad people.
Yeah.
It's take down the cult because then everything that's good that they're getting is mine.
It's going to be mine. Yeah.
I'll also flag that because up until recently, there's been, it's like a few deaths every now and whenever. Then the harvest coming up is a mass event. That could also be you could honestly
kind
think
of
at the
line
end of
and
the day, the
sense.
whole thing is actually kind of all right. This is the thing
Yeah.
that makes it bad and not good.
And it's also the things like, this is the, why not use this magic that I can do to make my life better? Why do they get to tell me how to use it and what to do with it? And I feel like that's a hedonistic thing where it's like, no, I want this for me.
Yeah, 100%. All right, the votes are in, and we have good cook. Yes.
Whatever folk magic I have has to be done via food.
Yeah.
Like here is
That's
a bowl of broth
pretty
and or
good.
soup, and it does a thing.
I do love that.
I'm a fucking
Wizard in the
potions
kitchen.
master.
Yeah, wizard in the kitchen.
Wizard in the kitchen.
This is making me feel like I should change this to like Abraham to be like some kind of nonna, but I'm actually kind of digging the like not stereotypical gender roles.
100%. I also do like that. I'm just kind of picturing you chewing some like old jerky, and when you pulled away, the freaking weather changes.
Oh hell yeah, just like chewing on something and being like, nah.
It could be butchery as well if it leans into like, because a lot of the folk magic leans on animal sacrifice on some level. It could be, you could be a butcher that, you know, you make, and it's literally like that's actually kind of a cool take. You do the whole like use every part of the animal, including the spirit or something, like, you know, including its life. So you waste nothing. Like, it's literally making sure that its soul
like
goes to a
nothing.
purpose as you give it some magic-y bullshit. Could be kind of cool.
Yeah. That works. I mean, I feel like good cook regardless. Like, I know how to use it. That does mean I'm going to need to take something in art craft cook. I will have to add that because otherwise, how the fuck does that work?
Yes, that is true.
Although, actually, here's a fun one. If folk magic isn't a skill that I can apply 50 to, why don't I throw that in art and craft cook?
That tracks 100%.
And then
I like
you can
that.
use it for your folk magic.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a good one.
All right,
So-
I'm going to throw art and craft cook in there.
And then that kind of aligns with what I'm doing, the hypnosis-y kind of stuff, is that I can't chuck heaps into Cthulhu myself, but I can like chuck heaps into the hypnosis thing and anything that requires me to be, you know, telling other people what to do while I do spooky shit. So that kind of aligns the two characters there as well.
100%. So rather than doing the sensible thing, stepping away and double checking my understanding, I'm pretty sure I've just picked some spells that look kind of cool.
Yeah, cool.
Let's just vote on them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fucking
So not
do it. Who
necessarily
gives a
folk
shit?
magic, but A Time to Harvest comes with a selection of spells in the back of the book, and they're all kind of like relevant to the area, and you're from the area, so let's just do one of those. I've taken
Hell
out some
yeah.
of the like explicitly culty ones and that kind of angle things because I don't think they're applicable. And
I would
have
like you
a
to
list.
put only the titles in the poll
Yeah.
and let chat choose entirely based on title.
100%.
Nice.
Whether or not
Am
they're going
I
to
gonna
be
get-
relevant to the finale, or I don't know. It's going to be up to Art to apply them.
I
Sorry.
will find a way.
Am I gonna get spells being the power wizard
Being the chosen
thing,
one?
or no? Is that just a power stat that I just
There's
have?
it's a good
Power
thought.
is also
It's a good
like
point.
if you want to
Is your sanity
like
stuff.
persuade a crowd of people based
so it's
on
not
And it's,
more
and it's
alongside
resisting
that.
spells.
Actually, that's a good point. The resisting. Yeah.
Well, I think I probably will rig you up with something. We'll have a look afterwards.
Just a little bit.
Just a little magic.
Because I can look at
As a trait.
hedonist.
There's a little magic.
Little magic as a trait. I can look at hedonist more as like a, hang on, why would I dedicate my life to this farm cult? Why can't I just live my life the way I want to? And you know, why has it got to be like blood and kidnapped children all the time? Like,
Can I just offer a completely random, probably very silly suggestion?
absolutely.
I lured you away from the cult with really fucking good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're a hedonist and you're about that,
Yeah.
I mean, it also may have been magic imbued food, but still, like
Maybe I was just fucking sick of their crappy
Ooh.
lodgings.
you know, if you come over to
things
the
in
old
life.
magic, I can make
Yeah.
delicious soup that also, I don't know, heals you or whatever the
Yeah,
skills.
the old
whatever
magic
the
is a lot
spells
more
I have.
comfortable than this mythos shit.
Yeah, I think there's
I
also
would-
the
Can I
deep-
request access to more than one spell?
Yeah, let's do.
I like that. I like that laugh.
Whatever that was, that.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, let's do this vote first, and then we'll figure out some padding stuff in the intervening. This is gonna be for the. I've chosen 5 of the applicable spells. Spells. So this is going to be going to, old mate, Abraham.
Let's go
spell
ham.
for Abraham. My spelling's going
As per usual, the poll will rock up before we actually say, hey, the poll's here. So,
Oh yeah. So wait, what is it? 20-second delay?
about 20 to 30
All right.
usually. So, like, you
Watch.
know, it will be live shortly.
No. I'm gonna time it. All right.
We'll
Hang
see.
on.
We'll see if this even
All
whether
right.
this is true.
The poll is live.
It's not.
Dude, now we sit in silence for another 10 seconds. Wait.
No. Okay,
No,
apparently.
what? Oh, it must be way faster. All right, now it's live. I'm just setting it. Ah, you dogs. All right, well, in that case, it was close to like 5 seconds. We're way faster. All right,
There's the
these are
obvious
spells I've
one, and
chosen.
then there's the funny ones.
Ugh.
Give me divination. I'm not gonna get it, but still.
Oh, I don't know. You can absolutely swing the pole.
Oh, Ray's Night Fog is cool.
I saw the name of that when I was like,
But that's, I feel like, again, that's
too
more
close
Seb.
to the culty shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm quite. Cause disease is not is awful.
It's interesting.
I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Cause disease would make sense with like food magic.
Yeah.
Although
would.
I guess all of these are going to be flavored as flavored
Flavors.
Ha,
food
ha.
magic.
It's also very sort of person, like, if you did cause disease, you can do very person behind
you
the
were-
throne that's been influencing the events of,
Yeah.
like, you know, of the town for the past whatever. Bit evil, but, you know.
I genuinely.
Alphabet soup actually spells something. That's hilarious. For cooking magic.
What?
The
Your alphabet
the
soup
recent
spells
comment,
words.
Augury is when your
It's augury.
alphabet soup actually spells out something. Raisin.
Ray's Night Frog.
That just happens. That's what we call living in the country.
Command animal takes a I would say early lead. Just has a lead.
Hmm.
Command animal is actually quite cool, and I think will apply.
I'd like to request Augury regardless. I want that spell.
Okay. Why don't we do?
But like I will take whatever chat has. That's fine. But
Well, no, I think chat's voted command animal will be cool. So in that case, why don't we give Alex? Do you want command animal? Because we did mention, and you could have been trained that. So Abraham kind of taught it to you, kind of thing. Like that's the route we're going to take. That gives you a button to push, and
Yeah.
Alex, and Art will give you augury and possibly another
Does
one.
that mean
as
I
well.
would also have command animal if I taught it to? Because that makes sense. But
Yeah,
also then
fuck
I
it.
just don't
Yeah,
use it.
let's do that.
Yep. That makes sense that you've got more
Easily
skills
pushed
because you
over.
are old as balls.
Yeah. All right, awesome. So you take command. I'll give you guys the buttons for those before
Yeah, cool.
the session.
I've just put it in the backstory at the moment.
And that will Abe, gotta have a basic healing soup spell for free.
You fucking rallying the people from your chat to go over and get your cool stuff. The thing about healing is there's actually not a ton of blatant out and out healing stuff. So I think
No,
folk magic
I was
might have
actually
some
gonna
can check.
say what I might do, depending on what I give, is if I choose standard spells like
Healing
say
soup does
first
make
aid.
sense. Yeah, so
Yeah.
If I choose something like first aid, essentially what I'm gonna like, maybe I can
it's kind of
I give
magic-y.
someone soup, and it's through that
Maybe.
that first aid happens. You know, like it's still the same role. I'm still using first aid
it's
as a skill
flavor.
rather
and
than
I mean,
a spell.
and they can sound kind of silly at the moment, but I think in the scene we can make that work pretty realistically. You do it. It's very bellwether-esque. It's you've got that kind of the old ways. It's not completely understood, and it's a little unsafe, and it's not going to be the soup and the food's not going to be super like wholesome, happy, good. It's gonna like there's something. It's fortified with something. There's a
something like
musk
that.
underneath it that
Yeah, it's more like you give people sort of broth with stuff in it that they don't super love. Like it's the broth is to hide the tincture
the bullshit.
inside. It's,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
extremely herbal tonic. So absinthe.
And the fact that you're a good cook just means that it's not
You can hide
downright
it.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can
people
hide it.
will drink it and go, oh, okay. Spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, or in this case, a bowl full of broth makes, something happen.
Yeah, I like that.
Um,
And I mean, with pretty much all the magic, it's never something for nothing. So if someone's being healed, someone else is being hurt. So, there's that
Yeah.
whole, there's an element of sacrifice of it. It just makes it a little darker and just
Yeah, I also really appreciate someone said apply leeches with command animal. I don't have
Apply
to apply
leeches.
them; they'll apply themselves.
go. if you limit it, because I think
funny.
the one kind of suggests you tie it to a specific animal when you get it, but I think we're going to be a little vague, it'd be like farm animal or something like that. But you could take yours to be like bugs and worms, and it could be you basically command rot, which is sweet.
That's pretty cool.
There's a great crawling one thing. Anyway, we won't get into that. All right, where are we at? It's 11:30 now, so I think this was about when we were looking to wrap as well. Is there anything else we want to throw to chat, or do we have from here? We've kind of got our characters, right?
Good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with I can do, unless there's something. I will maybe just like, hey chat, you got anything else you want to throw at us as random ideas? Go for it. But otherwise, we will continue.
And we may or may not take them.
Yeah, and we'll do it. So I was going to do a quick recap just to kind of get my own head on, and then I can talk to you in the intervening weeks. But the way I see it is, Abraham has been a like an isolated figure in this community for some time. Lives further out in the woods and probably doesn't come into Cobb's Corners that often. He is kind of aware of the cult's influence. He's seen the deaths and he's begun to string it together and has that sort of sense of foreboding, especially with his ability to sort of see things beyond normal sight. He is aware of some of the actions being taken. He has probably lost family to this and has been aware that, the circumstances around it were slightly suspicious. One more serious loss, whether it's a son, a daughter, or a nephew or something, led to him sending away the only surviving grandchild, little Tommy, who was sent away from Cobb's Corners, nominally to keep him safe from the cult, but also because of the grief and the guilt that surrounds him, and you just can't stand to look him in the face. Meanwhile, as Tommy gets sent away, either Tommy gets sent away and then does spend a few years abroad and then comes back when he's 13, 14 looking for his family, and arriving in Cobb's Corners, he decides he stays there and is quickly swept up by the cult's one of his charismatic front-facing figures, which is Deputy John Cutter, who you would have found to be quite friendly, very welcoming, and interested in basically pulling you into becoming a member of this whole thing. You spent a while before your grandfather coming through town one day saw you, and then over the process of several months, which will have kind of happened before play began, you will have been deprogrammed, at least slightly, and you will have shared information with Abraham, which I'm not going to get into too far now, of an upcoming event of great significance. Abraham and you were able to realize that this would be pivotal to the survival of the area and incredibly dangerous, and you have both decided that you will do anything in your power to stop it. This cannot come to pass, and whether this is little Tommy's prophesized moment or not, I guess just stands to be seen. When we pick back up, the two of you will have begun your investigation in Cobb's Corners. You are looking for any surviving allies. You're looking for any action you can take, and you'll soon be met by Chaz and Katie, who you actually might be kind of aware of as being people that came here earlier and kind of opposed Cotter and some of the people here. So we can probably tee it up that you'll be looking for them, maybe. Does that sound right to you guys? That the shape of it?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
For Tommy, I reckon he spent quite a bit of time in the cult, because that's what's going to be required to become a zealot.
Yep.
Specifically, somebody who's really kind of into this shit. Maybe not in Cobb's Corner, maybe somewhere in the surrounding area that was a little bit more hidden, and another kind of offshoot of the cult where he was being indoctrinated. And maybe was picked up on the way out of town as a very young thing, and spent quite a bit of time
so
there,
like fully
almost hidden.
Folded in, yeah.
Yeah, almost like hidden from the outside world. And now is just like, fuck this, I want my own life.
Oh, so I think, yeah, you were sent away when you were young, and you were basically given over to a member of this cult who raised you and indoctrinated. And I think maybe Abraham may have his own belief about whether you saw something about your future, but I think these people saw you and basically raised you to be the white calf or whatever, the thing that would bring about something of significance. And you were told that this event, this festival, you were going to have a pivotal
I was
role.
told stuff.
And at the time, it was this like excitement. I'm going to be important. They're all going to recognize me. They're going to see what I can do. Abraham, as soon as you heard this, that led you to think that this child is not long for the world, and will be. You've seen the whole. You can't have something for nothing. This young boy, this blood of yours, may be sacrificed at the altar. You were able to bring him out, and now the cult is scrambling for alternatives because without Tommy, they'll have to look for someone else who's going to be able to bring this about.
And we were just going to bail. We were just going to bail. We were just going to get out of there and go back to the farmstead and live our quiet life and let by just, you know, we've done our bit. And then we heard some rumors.
I think as soon as genuinely that could have been like the hey, we should get out of town, but also like Abraham is A-okay with fucking this cult up if they were going to try and take his grandson from him, given that they'd already taken one of his children.
Huge suspicious explosion.
Yeah, that'll
maybe like, ooh, shit's going down.
You also possibly thought at first, you know, Abraham, you may have believed, right? Well, if they spent this long grooming Tommy for this purpose to be sacrificed, then taking Tommy away should stop it. They won't be able to do it. And that was what you were operating on. You were both preparing to leave. Yeah. And then while stopping in town for supplies a few days before this all kicked off, you saw that the festival was very much going ahead and they were instead ramping up, bringing in more and more people from out of town. And now you think they might be going the other way. They're just going to overwhelm it with sheer numbers.
That makes sense. And that would be like a, you know, that wonderful, you know, camera on Tommy and Abraham as they go into town, both like Abraham realizing kind of pulling Tommy out of town again and then getting back to the house and being like, I know I said we were going to leave, but we ain't.
But we can't.
We're going to take these motherfuckers down.
Hell yes.
Or die trying, because I ain't letting them do to all them folk what they did to me.
Amazing. Awesome. Can't wait to see it.
You know, shotgun.
Click, clack. Awesome. We're going to throw. We can talk about it more off stream. But I'm very excited for these two characters. I think they're going to be a great addition to our lives.
I realized that an Old West accent makes no sense in this context. I'm rolling with it.
We don't care. Can I get a ye and a haw? I say ye, you say haw.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that the two of you would like to add before we wrap?
I just love someone put in chat, Abraham can be summed up with the 2 words, shotgun and soup. Shotgun and soup.
Hell yeah.
Which makes sense for a 69-year-old man.
All right, awesome. Okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning in as we created some characters. I hope it was kind of fun to see a bit behind the scenes. This is not exactly how we normally do it, but I actually really enjoyed chat's input into this. So this was a lot of fun.
It.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think we might have to do something like this again.
For like one-shots, maybe?
I think for one-shots, we definitely need to do this.
Yeah.
100%. And we will be doing we'll do a sort of a little epilogue thing after the stream so we can, after a Time to Harvest wrap, so you can ask more questions about where Seb goes and how Seb was created, and the same for Joe and the others when we wrap everything up. Beyond to the stars and beyond. In the meantime, we will be back next week. Actually, a couple things. So we will be back next week where Jackson and James are going to join me for Katie and Chaz's journey into Cobb's Corners. And then the following week, we'll resume that. But in the meantime, there's going to be a 7th Sea game, which is being streamed next Wednesday. Should have had this up. Next Wednesday.
7 PDT?
Yeah, there we go. Wednesday, June 1st, PDT. 6 p.m. Pacific. And it's going to be John Wick running a fantastic cast, including Josephine McAdam, Becca Scott, London Carlisle, and Nora Ibrahim, who are going to be playing swashbuckling heroes, taking their first step into 7th Sea. So definitely check that out. And as always, the video will go up on YouTube, rather, and so on and so forth. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.